Hi, I'm William Bushy, and this is the first lab for Physics 2212. So, this lab was to help us understand charges as a measurable property by studying interactions between charged pieces of tape. When charged in the same way, identical Q, the tape pieces repelled one another. So the methods were 8 inches of uncharged clear plastic tape was folded in a manner so that there was a non-sticky handle on one end, and then the first piece was laid flat on a desk to be used as a lower. The second piece was laid on top of the lower and then charged quickly by separating, then suspended at a height of 8 inches. The third piece was also attached, then separated, and then held beneath the suspended piece. Because the pieces had undergone the same treatment of rapid separation on top of the first piece and were of equal length and mass, they would have had the same charge. So here is the video of it. So the equations that were used were the electrical force would have to be equal to or greater than the force of gravity when the tape was repelling the other tape. So force of gravity is mass times gravity. Gravity is negative 9.81 meters per second squared. Mass was 0.0026 kilograms, roughly thereabouts. And the electrical force is 1 over 4 pi E naught times Q squared over the distance between charges squared. And in this case, D was approximately 0.002 meters. And once you plug in all the values, Q for each piece of tape was 6.13 times 10 to the negative fifth coulombs. So there were several possible sources of error when calculating out these values. For one, handling of the tape between charging and exposing to the suspended tape might have reduced the charge, as charge is conservative and it tries to equalize, so part of the charge would have been lost to a larger object such as a hand or table or cup or anything it might have briefly come in contact with. Another source of error was the distance between tape pieces at times was too small to be accurately measured, but it was causing a change in position of the suspended tape. And humidity may have also had an effect because it decreases the chargeability of the tape, and it is a rather humid environment. So if electrons had a positive charge and protons had a negative, the tape pieces would still repel one another as they had undergone identical processes for gaining their charge, and like charges repel. So it doesn't matter if it was positive or negative, they would repel one another. It's important to handle the charge pieces as little as possible so that because the charge will attempt to equalize, as the charge is conserved and will try to distribute across larger uncharged objects. So handling is kept to a minimum to reduce that.